Hello. Hello. Just gonna wait a second for some more people to arrive. Okay, so we're gonna do weaving today. Hi, Teresa. So this is where we're gonna do some straight stitches going this way, and then we're gonna do some weaving stitches going the other direction. So I'm gonna use two different colors because I think it's gonna look really, really nice. But you can use one color or two colors, whichever you prefer. I'm also gonna use all 6 strands. So come and weave with me. You can also use like a variegated thread, which is what I was looking for because I thought that would look really pretty. And I was pretty sure that I had a like orange and yellow one, but I could only find this one. And I know I have another one, like a different one. No, that's a different color. Guys, I have so many threads. It is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I need to, I don't want to say get rid of, but like I need to sort this out because, oh my goodness. And they're just like everywhere. Something like this, I think would be so pretty. Do you know what I mean? Because it would be like all the different colors. But I really only wanted like yellow and orange. And I'm sure that I had one like that somewhere. And I thought I put them like all together in like a Ziploc bag. Like these are all of like the sparkly threads. You could use a sparkly thread for it. That could be really pretty. But I'm fairly certain that I put them like all together, but like separate, you know? So I could find them. But anyways, we're gonna get started. After I dig one more time, because your girl cannot give up, you know? It's fine. It's gonna look pretty anyways. Okay, so let's do our straight stitches first. I like to do my straight stitches, the first ones that we're gonna actually weave with. I like to do these up and down because I can go back and forth like that really easy. So for me, that's what I'm gonna do. You can also make these as far apart or as close together as you want to. I'm doing all 6 strands. I didn't put a knot in the end. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm losing it, guys. Maybe I'm losing it. You just never know. You never know with me, hey? So yeah, these threads can be really, really close together, and so you don't see any fabric, or they can be a little bit farther apart. I'm gonna put mine like that, I think. But I gave you a little grid just so that you have something to go on. So if you wanted to follow the same grid that I did, like that I drew, you can. You can even double up your thread so that it's 12 strands of thread and make it really thick. You could do over 2, under 2. So like you go under 2 and then over 2. Make it a little bit thicker, okay? Like there's like no limit of possibilities. No limit to the possibilities, I think, maybe. I want to say that you can do with this. So try and make it your own. You can use different colors. It's actually such a simple stitch, so you can really like do a lot with it. Okay, now I'm gonna go back over to this side. 12. Yes, you can do 12 strands if you want to. It just makes a nice thicker line if you want it to look quite bulky. If you do 12 strands though, I would probably separate all the 12 strands out so that it's like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 times 12, and then put all 12 of them together, because otherwise you'll turn up with like 2 bits of 6 strands. Do you know what I mean? It will look like this with them laid next to each other, which you might not want. Alright, I think about just one more here, a really small one. These are a bit closer together on this side, it looks like I did. But it'll be fine. Okay, so there we go. And then let's load up our needle with, I'm going to do the other color. So I'm going to do this light. I might actually see if the blunt needle will work after I put it through, because I always stick my finger in the tip when I use the eye of the needle. I always stick my finger on the end to try and push it through. And then every single time I'm like, ouch, why did you do that? So again, to the side, like this. Okay, and then like I said, I'm just going to see if my blunt needle will work. It's just a needle that's not so sharp on the end. Right, and then we're going to go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, all the way to the other side, like this. So I'm going to leave my needle in, and you can kind of see each one. So this first one I'm going over, so the next one I'm putting my needle under, and then you're going to do that all the way through, all the way to the end. Okay, push it through and get it in the spot that you want, and then go down just right on the outside edge, like that. Now what I like to do is turn it around this way and then literally do the same thing. Or you can just take your needle back. I'm right-handed though, so it's easier for me to like turn it, you know? So this one here, we're gonna do the opposite. So if you look at this first, hold on, let me make you not wobbly. If you look at this first one, it's over, this yellow thread is over the orange one. So for the first one here, we're going to go under. So slide your needle under. Like that. Okay? And then we're going to continue this over, under, all the way through to the other side. All right? So, what have you done? Yeah. And you want to go under the threads, not through the threads. If you go through the threads, then you might not get them to lay very nicely. This thread here might not lay really nicely up next to the first one that we did. And then again, what I like to do is just keep these next to each other. Push it down. Like that. So however close you put where your needle goes up and your needle goes down, that's how close that these are going to lay next to each other. So if you put this one here really close to that one at the end down here, then that's kind of as far as they're going to get together. Okay? And then put your needle down on the other side. And then you're just going to continue doing that until you filled up the entire space. It's really quite like therapeutic after you get the hang of doing it, as long as you're not splitting your threads. You can do one at a time as well if you think that doing them all at once is a bit like, oh my gosh, that's too much for me. You can always do them one at a time. So go under one and then skip it, and then go under the next one and then skip it. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to do them all at once if you feel like it's too much for you, or maybe you're constantly splitting the threads, or, you know, whatever the reason is. I always like to double check though before I pull it through all the way, because sometimes I feel like I've done it and I'm like, oh yes, this is perfect. And then as I pull it through, I'm like, oh, hold on. You know, you really do have to like pay attention, because once you have a little pattern going, once you disrupt the pattern, it gets a bit like, oh, well, you messed up right there. So just something to think about. Teresa said, I love the stitch, but it definitely makes my old eyes bug out. But like, look how nice that looks. Like, tell me that is not stunning. I love it. So there we go. I think with this one, the key is really to just take your time. Take your time. I like to kind of push mine down like that every once in a while. Follow the outside edge as well. So as you're stitching, make sure that you're keeping an eye on this outside edge as you're going around. Okay? You don't want to put one like way out here, or, you know. Yeah, definitely. Teresa said it's a concentration to make sure that she gets it right. She goes, I love the two colors, plus you can see the lines easier. Yes. Well, I thought because we did weaving on the free Stitchalong and I used yellow, just 2 yellows, because I thought for like my own hoop, that would look the best. But because I only used the 3 strands, it's a little bit lighter and the lighter color. So I was a little bit afraid that you wouldn't be able to see it as well. So I thought for this one, if anyone had an issue with the free one, kind of just with the instructions or just seeing the technique, this would be a little bit better. I mean, we were obviously always going to do this one because of the lines, you know, of the lines in the pattern. But so yeah, we're just going to continue doing this. I'll finish the top of it, and then you guys can do the bottom yourselves, because it's just going to be watching you do the same thing. The only thing that you really need to think about is when you do these over, under, you really need to look at just the, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit if I can. You really just need to look at these vertical straight stitches to figure out if you're going to do over or under next. Okay, so for example, this one here, the outline, I needed to put my needle up right here, because this is the shape of, well, my sunflower or daisy center. Yeah, but that means that this one here has like a bit poking out of it, where you might think, well, because I went under on this one here, I should go over. But it doesn't work like that. You need to look at just the vertical stitches that are in the line that you're going to do. So almost treat every single line as its own line, and then figure out based on the one below if you're going to go over or under first. Okay? I hope that makes sense, because I think when I was first starting out, I was getting a bit like, hold on, because not, everyone always says the next row you do the opposite. But actually, when you have an abnormal shape like this, you really need to look at each individual vertical line. So you have over, under, over, under, over, under, over. So the next one needs to be under, okay? So whether I put my needle up here for this one or a little bit above it, I still need to go under for this one, okay? Hope I'm not getting too preachy. But sometimes I just think, don't concentrate so much about each row has to be over, under, and concentrate more on the vertical rows and how they are going to be, okay? The vertical stitches that we put in, okay? So for example, I'm going to go over on this one, even though I went over on the last one. And that's just because I need to go over for this one because this one here is under. I always get a bit like over, under. Just like saying the same word too many times. So there we go. That's pretty much it. Yeah? I could probably get one more right at the top, especially that little top one. And then you're going to do the same thing for the bottom part. Fill that all up. And then you'll have your whole round circle. We are going to have the option to cover up those edges if you really want to. And there's going to be a couple different ways you can do that. So if you like French knots, we can do French knots around it. If you like just like a stem stitch or a whipped back stitch, there's other things that we're going to do later that you can have a choice of. So please don't do anything now, okay? Just focus on filling up your center. And then on details day, we'll go through that, or when we do that stitch, we'll do that. Okay, so you can have the choice of what you want to do. So that's it for me. Please do not forget, take out the fabric from your hoop when you're done. Okay, we don't want to keep this in here. You need to take it out and let it be flat. Okay, so that's all. I will see you guys tomorrow here at the same time. And just a reminder that tomorrow, Friday, is the last day for the Monday to Friday stitch along. Saturday and Sunday are catch-up days. And I need a picture from you by Sunday, because on Sunday night, I'm going to do a winner for the giveaway of the 15 pounds store credit. So, yeah. Do a bit of stitching. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be amazing. Try your best, and I can't wait to see it. All right? And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy. Bye.